Smacking, cracking, and watching. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe. Woo! I found a show. I found a show. I'm all for a dang on good whodunit. Mr. Mercedes, season 1, episode 1. This episode is called Pilot. Look here, you guys. This is what you need to do. You need to check your on demand. It's a channel called Audience. Type in Mr. Mercedes and get caught up on this crazy whodunit. You guys like any type of show that is a murder mystery? You like an old nasty horror movie? Combine everything that you know and watch this show. It's based off of a book. Let me tell you, this pilot, I don't want to say it's the best pilot that I've seen, but it probably is. Let's get to it, you guys. We're beginning in 2009 in Ohio, Bridgeton, Ohio. See a guy, and he looks at his phone and it's saying it's 3 something in the morning. He's kind of ticked off because it's an extremely long line in front of this facility that's hosting a job fair. This guy wants to get there early, but everybody else had the same idea. Majority of this town wants the job, so they're all congregating in this one particular area. And everyone knows when there's a lot of people in one area, it's not necessarily a good thing. You have to take precautions for safety, right? We learn the man's name is August, aka Augie. They get us briefly comfortable with Augie, a female who decided to bring her infant child with her to this job fair. Look here. It was a bit much for her to bring her child with her infant child with her to a job interview. Like, what part of the game is that? There was absolutely no one in your family, a friend who could watch your baby? That sucked. And behind them, it's the angry guy who's mad that the baby's crying the whole time, right? Oh, everybody's cold. Everybody's irritated. Now it's 4 a.m. Augie says, look, lady, I got a sleeping bag. You could use my sleeping bag. Get in it. Change your baby's dirty diaper. He's being a nice gentleman. See a car pull into the area, no headlights. And I'm saying to myself, why is this car moving with no headlights on? Then the headlights turn on. Lights are pointed directly at the crowd. The job fair crowd. Now, this crowd I'm talking about, it's like a concert. Barricades keeping them into this little area. I was like, what the heck is this car doing? They're aware that the car is pointing lights at them. Nobody's budging. All of a sudden, we hear the driver of the car kind of breathing like they're psyching themselves up to do something. Then we see latex blue gloves. Then we see a clown mask. Then I'm looking at the steering wheel and I don't see a Mercedes emblem like the outside of the vehicle displays. There's a sticker of a smiley face. Hold up, what's going on right now? Emoji sticker? What does this mean? So the car beep, beep, woo, tires screech, this tire skirt. The car starts speeding towards the crowd. The car is speeding towards the crowd and it starts running over every dang on body. Help! Nothing! Get out the way! What is wrong with you guys? Augie's dead. The lady and her baby's dead. Even the angry guy, dead. 16 dead. Homicide. The very next scene we see FDEMS. It's a massacre. It's horrible. It's horrific. Detectives on scene. They're even disgusted by seeing everything. We just see bodies laid out. 16 dead, so many injuries. And at that moment, the detective says, man, this was not an accident. This was on purpose. Who will do such a horrible act? This show is crazy, y'all. Fast forward 2 years, this detective has now retired. He is at home being a dang on drunk. He can't even pee. He's all bound up. He's lonely. Got a puzzle on the table, an overflowing sink full of dirty, filthy dishes. Pet turtle. Dang. His hobby is to feed this pet turtle cabbage at this point. 31 years on the job. This is what happens. But we learn he does things the old-fashioned way, which is a good thing. There's pros and cons to that. I like this detective. When he went to the restaurant, he looks in the spoon and he sees everything upside down. And when that shot was awesome. That shot was awesome. He will not just enjoy his cake. He has to think about it. He's a thinker, and I like this detective, even though he's a little bit troubled. I like his way of thinking. I really enjoy the way he analyzes things around him. We see this man speeding through traffic in a beat down mobile, seems to just not care. What's up with this guy, you know? We end up at this bootleg Best Buy, aka what was it called? The Supreme Electronics Store with an X. Electronics. We have 3 employees at this store. We have a jerk of a manager, we have Weird Lou, and we have Crazy Brady. And immediately I said, okay, which Brady or Lou? Brady or Lou? One of y'all have to be this clown. The manager tends to belittle his staff. He called them wayward. Wow. What I like to is in this pilot, we get to understand this detective. He loves his liquor. He likes his beer. He's a lover of classic R&B. Neighborhood kids thinks he's the weird guy. He's that guy who will let his grass grow 3 feet high and really not give a care about it, you know. He's the grumpy McGrumpers. What I also loved about the show was the front porch dinner scene with his neighbor, the female neighbor who's off the chain. She's very outspoken, and that I enjoy. It's not slapstick funny outspoken, but she's freaking funny. She is not scared to take a little skin selfie. Okay, girl. So our detective friend gets this email labeled Mr. M. And I'm saying to myself, okay, that email is standing out. He clicks on it, and this distorted, computer animated, weird voice. Greetings, detective. Showing videos of the detective over his 31-year career, and it's also displaying photographs from all the victims that were killed during that vehicle homicide. And I'm saying to myself, oh snap. He's getting tormented and harassed by the suspect. Woo. And the suspect was never captured. Oh, the guy was so shady that he even brought up the baby that was killed, said that it made jam sleeping bag. That was weird. That was psycho. And the suspect paints a picture as if he's saying he's a sexual weirdo. You watch the show, you'll know exactly what I'm referring to. I'm not going to go into details about that. It just was a nasty ending. Dang on worried at this point that he grabs his gun and he's looking out the window. And my thing is, close your blinds, man. Close your freaking blinds. The recording disappears. But he gets Jerome to try to look into it, trying to locate it, and he couldn't do it. And then we see Brady in his beat down Honda vehicle driving again, and he goes home. And this is when the show took a hard left. He gets home, and we learn that his home life is very weird. His mother's a drunk watching crime shows on TV. The house is in complete disarray. And the camera shows Brady checking out a chest shot. So it's some weird incest type stuff going on with this college-bound loner. After he basically blew off his mother, he went down into this locked basement area that was not well lit and got rid of one. Very, very disturbing. Why doesn't the mother know what's going on in her home? In that basement, we have multiple burner cell phones. We have all the pictures on the desktop of the victims, the smiley face emoji. We know Brady is a suspect. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, Detective Bill has no idea that when he goes to this electronics store that the person working on his computer is also the person playing a very nasty game with him. When it comes to Brady, he never voices his opinion. He's always being belittled, berated by his boss, his mother. He has this very nasty finger picking thing to where we see it just being raw, where he's picking his thumb, and then later on we see he's picked it to where he's covering it with a Band-Aid, and I don't know what else weird thing. He hurts himself, maybe I don't know, he does something, I'm sure. Fast forward a little bit, Detective Bill gets on the internet looking up different news stories, and he sees an ad in the bottom right corner of his computer screen, and it's that same emoji. And he clicks on the link, and sure enough, dash cam video of the Mercedes taking out everyone. So this fool recorded it, murdering all these people at this job fair. Wow. The homicide plays, and the detective starts walking around his house with the gun in the front yard, still not closing his blinds. He's trying to figure out, how does this guy watch me? How does he know what's going on? I tell you what, I figured out the ice cream truck thing just as soon as I saw the ice cream truck the very first time in the episode. I was like, no. They're showing too much. Whoever it is, they're driving that ice cream truck. Sure enough, Brady was in the ice cream truck at the end of the episode. They hinted that Brady had multiple jobs, right? Back at the electronics store, and we see the detective going into there looking for a camera. And Lou was just looking at him crazy. And I'm wondering, is Lou part of this too? Or is she just a very, very weird chick? The manager talking about safety. And I'm like, really? You have no idea who you're talking to. But like I said, Lou is weird. And I don't know her deal. But we go to the yard and we see the Mercedes in its current state, which is dusty. But all that DNA and stuff is still on it. The blood is still there. He does something I did not see coming. Detective Bill sits in the driver's seat and he's haunted, tormented. We know he's in therapy, or he was in therapy, because of all the years and frustration and, seeing so much. That's horrible. That's a massacre, man. That's horrible. So we're seeing the flash. It's the flash. And he gets out the car. And I'm wondering, did they miss anything in the car over the years? Gotta be something. And why choose a Mercedes? Why show the address 313 so many times? Is that number gonna play is it gonna play a role in this show? Will Jerome end up dying? Brady, what the heck is going on with you, dude? Why choose the clown? Why does it have to be a clown? Where does he get, like I said, where does he get these Mercedes from? What is it, because that's what he wants to be that he can't be? Because we saw he's driving that, a pretty beat down lemon mobile with the Honda hatchback. I feel like the turtle's gonna get it. Is it just me, or do y'all feel like the turtle's gonna get it? Poor turtle. I have this new thing to where at the end of the episode, I rate how I feel on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being awesome, 1 being terrible. And it goes a little something like this. Nine 9.0. I'm giving this pilot a 9.0. It was awesome. Very entertaining. Keeps your attention. It's a good hour that you get to watch it. And that's pretty awesome for a TV show. I mean, everyone who's involved, you don't really know what's going on. It's not a big cluster of trying to figure out, okay, who was that? What was their name? Some shows do that. But this show, very good. I'm very interested. It comes on Wednesdays. Like I said, you guys look it up, Mr. Mercedes. If you've already watched it, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. I really want to know what you guys think. Y'all ready? Until next time, peace out.